All right, guys. So I'm recording this video so I can show you that I made like $40,000 like in a month with Fiverr as a freelancer. So the reason why I'm actually recording this video is not to brag about like how much money I made, but because if you're actually serious about making money, I just want to show you a way pretty much that you can make like at least $10,000 a month with Fiverr as a freelancer. Like you don't need to have like this crazy experience or become like this super great business owner and whatnot. Like I started like with zero experience whatsoever, and it managed to make me like over um, $40,000 in just 1 month. And let me explain it to you a little bit because it might be a little bit inaccurate if I show you here. So it was January 2021, and as you can see, it says I made $36,000, but it's not quite accurate because, for example, here it says I made like 22 grand, which is not true. Like in February, I think I made like 10K, and here it was like more around 45 to $50,000 in just that month. And the thing here is that for example, Fiverr counts like the sales just once it's completed. So for example, I always count it based on the amount of clients I close. For example, that month I closed around 200 clients, but they don't count it as that. They count it as completed orders. So once it's completed, they will just show it as sales. So that's pretty much the main reason because it said like I work with 600. I mean like 156 clients, but it was like 200. And here I didn't work with 100 clients. It was more like I don't recall, but it was like more like 60, I guess, or 50. But yeah, it's a little bit inaccurate. But I just wanted to show you because a lot of people don't believe that you can make money like with Fiverr or as a freelancer, But like it's much more simpler than you actually imagine. And let me just go back a little bit because I want to show you like when I started, which was in 2020. So for example, here it was I started here in March 2020, and I just completed two orders. But like what happens here on Fiverr, and this is why I'm trying to like record this video so you can understand that it is actually possible and there is a way to actually become successful and make at least $10,000 a month profit. Not like to say like profit with this business model is because, for example, the first month I just completed two orders, right? But like I got 5-star reviews. So you need to be good at getting those 5-star reviews, which is something that I can show you further on. But as I started getting like 5-star reviews, then Fiverr gives you the chance and expose yourself in the marketplace. So by then, once you start like making 5-star reviews, you start getting more leads and more leads and more leads. Because for example, the beauty of Fiverr is like first of all, you don't need to take any calls whatsoever and or anything like that, and that it's all inbound, meaning like you're just like you don't need to reach out to clients; they reach out to you, which is the beauty of it. So that's what happened. So I would start getting 5-star reviews, and then like starting getting clients and more clients and more clients and more clients, and I just took the opportunity and I just went nuts, as you can see here. So of course, like there was a little bit of inconsistency because I was just learning around the process, and like for example, if you don't deliver good service, which is something that I just took me a while to learn, Fiverr will derank you, and that's why you see this. But I was still like making decent money like anyway. So it was a quite interesting like learning experience, as you can see here. For example, in 2021, like I was making like much more money, and then I took a big crash. Why? Because I was not providing as best service as I could, but still like managed to go my way up and stuff. So pretty much managed to get my way in until I got that crash. But I will talk about it like maybe later in another video because that's a topic by itself, and this is something you must avoid because that was like the worst period of my life. And I was just like my business was about to die because of things that I mean I was working with much more clients than I could work with, because it was all by myself. So everything you see here is like pure profit, like because I have no costs. Because pretty much to start with Fiverr, you need zero money, So it was all by myself. So let me explain you quite a few things so you can understand about the why I believe that Fiverr is one of the best business models to begin with, at least as a complete beginner. Because I gotta tell you, like I'm from Mexico. Like English is not my first language. Like now I develop a better English, but like I'm a Spanish speaking individual. You feel me? So that's pretty much how it works. I never had the need to take a call. Later on, like 3-4 years into the game, like I start taking some calls every now and then. But like beforehand, like I never took a call. You can make $10,000 a month without being like a proficient in English or like even to have like like needing to take a sales call because a lot of people rather have themselves just texting, and that's what I did. You feel me? But yeah, it's pretty much simple. So let me tell you quite a few things on why I believe like Fiverr is the best to begin with. So Fiverr is the best to begin with because you need zero capital to begin with. In other words, like you don't need any money to begin with. Pretty much like I start with nothing, just Wi-Fi and my laptop, and that was pretty much it. So there's no language barrier because Fiverr has a built-in translator, so you can now leverage AI. However, if you're a English-speaking dude, or you're from a first world country, like you're off the races, because like a lot of people would rather work with you because most of the clients that I have are from the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, to the top tier country, so they trust way more someone who's speaking in English. Now, I was from Mexico and they can see that I was from Mexico and my first language is Spanish, but still they decided to work with me because I have a very good sales offer, So that's the thing. Like, another thing is like, I mean, they're all warm leads. Like it's all inbound. So how warmer a client can get if they're actually reaching out to you because they are interested in your service. So the only thing you gotta do is to close them. That's the most important thing. You need to close them. You need to be good at it. This is something that it's a must because I always tell the people, like, people were asking me like, how are you making your money and all that. And I was like, actually, my main skill is not the service I'm delivering, but it's actually how am I selling it. So that's pretty much what makes the whole difference. And you don't need there's no need for a call because it all can be done through text. I did it that way. I never took a call until, like, I was telling you, like, years later. Also, there is zero risk whatsoever because, like, what are you risking? Like, only your time. But if you're broke, for example, like, I don't give. I mean, I wasn't like even like thinking about it. Like, I was just happy to get one client, two clients until it snowballs, and it just like became like a pretty much like an addiction. Because like I was making much more money than I thought I could make. So that was like extremely like mind blowing for me, and I just never stopped. That's why I crashed and I got like those issues that, as you can see on my charts. And also, like, it's pretty much easy numbers, because, for example, if you earn $100 per client and have 10, then you earn $1,000. So there's no stress in calculating fees as you know the business model. So it's very, very easy numbers, and that's why I love it. um you can be a one-man army. Like, I was a one-man army for the longest time. You can begin solo as I did, and then when the business outgrow you, you can pretty much turn into an agency, meaning that you can start hiring more people and help you with the service delivery, which is something that I did down the line. It was like mostly like a forced thing because it took me a while to delegate things. I'm not very good at it, but it took me a while. But I really, really, I'm glad that that happened because it pretty much turned me into someone who's good at making money, into a better business owner. So that's a very big thing. But you can also like work anywhere, anytime, because you have full control over your deadlines and your projects and your workflow. So you can put, like, for example, you want to deliver a project in 10 days, 14 days, and it took you just like 30 minutes to do so, you can do it. So you have full control and you can work anywhere. You can travel around the world. You can do this from anywhere, anytime, and that's one of the most beautiful things out of it. And I really think that Fiverr is very, very underrated platform. And also, like, there's a pretty much no competition. Let's be real. Like, it's almost like a blue ocean because, yeah, there's might be a lot of sellers and people selling your same service, but the main reason why I was successful is because I was outselling all my competition because they are not quality sellers, and that's something that even Fiverr is aware, and they trying to just filter the good ones from the bad ones. So that's pretty much it. So as long as you can speak good English and you have like proper principles on how to run a business, you're pretty much off the races. It's quite simple because you cannot compete anybody. It's super, super simple, but of course you need to be aware of how to do it properly. This is something that it's not hard, but you need to be aware of, and that's the main thing. And you don't need big expertise because you can outsource this or always work for cheaper, get the difference, also known as drop servicing, or I think it was contractor arbitrage. I think in Mangazi or something like that was telling that way. And yeah, so what are the cons of Fiverr? Well, the cons of Fiverr, like, not everything is just like like a rainbow colors and all that. So, for example, it's not a get rich quick. So it takes a little bit of time to get your account up and running. For me, it took me a month to get my first client because I opened my account in February, and on the second month, like in March, I closed my first client. But like, there's quite a few ways to make it quicker, which is something I figured out like later on. But yeah, can be done like much quicker actually. And Fiverr is strict, so you need to be careful to not violate any policies. You always have to keep your guard up, and that's why I'm not like showing my profit and all that, because just for privacy purposes, I really don't mind. But Fiverr is a little bit strict, so I don't want to be making sure like I'm not violating anything by recording this type of videos or showing or exposing information, which might be doing like later on. Um, but yeah, and also like the first client is always the hardest client, because like when starting out, like if you don't have any prior experience on how to close clients, like, yeah, they might be your the hardest client, but like, once you start getting your first client, then your second client, the third client, you become like pretty good at it. So yeah, it's that's one of the cons of Fiverr per se. And you can do business houses. So you have to be very aware of this, because a lot of people try to avoid the Fiverr fees. Do not avoid the Fiverr fees. They're giving you the platform, they're giving you all the tools. It's very, very secure, but don't try to just cut off the Fiverr, because they will ban you like right off the bat. They won't even matter. Like, they won't even care about it. So do not try to never to just to to the business house. Like, I swear, like, it's not worth it. And yeah, like, but these are the main cons. Like, there's no like big cons, other than the fact that it might be a little bit slower to begin with. It's not a get rich quick. So please do not try treat this seriously as a business. And is it worth it? I mean, hell yeah. Like, what wouldn't it be worth it? Like, for example, you can change your whole life within the next 6 months. Like, for example, I changed my life within the first 2 months. I was making, by the second, third month or something like that, I was making 10K a month. And with 10K, I'm like, I'm talking like pure profits. So with 10K, I'm like, you can do a lot of stuff. Like, it's much more money than I ever thought I needed. So, and then I start like scaling, and that's when you turn uh, out to be like a better at this game. You feel me? So, for example, here I'm gonna show you like this is my cell level. For example, like you can see, I have quite a few bucks over here. It's $36,000 just right now. I need to move this away, but I'm just setting up some bank accounts. You can see here the success score, the ratings, response rate. But yeah, it's pretty much it. And here you can see, for example, also like this is my account and all that. You see, because like this is what I mean. Like, you get clients from pretty much everywhere. I have like 21 messages, and you can see, and all that. So these are all people that just land into your inbox, and the only thing you gotta do, pretty much, once you have everything up and running, is to close them. So you just need to close them. If people are reaching out to you, they're already warm. So you need to be good at making good offers and closing them and everything. So, and I'm just showing you this because I was not a special or born special or something like that. Like, I was just pretty much a random dude, like a random Mexican dude who's just trying to make quite a few bucks online. And I stumbled upon Fiverr by accident, actually, back in 2020, because I was just trying to doing like all type of businesses. I was trading, I was doing e-commerce and all that, but you always require capital. So I was like, damn, like, it's not in Mexico. It's a little bit hard to get a job, because like you cannot make that much money. Like, for me to work, I was a student, like to work part-time job, I was making like $200 a month. And I was like, it's really not like, if I was working on a McDonald's in United States, I would be making much more money. So for me, it was not. I needed a way to get some cash flow in order to invest in my business, until this turns out to be my business, because I never expected actually that it would just blow up the way it did. And very few people understand how to actually make money on Fiverr, how to actually because it is one thing to make money, but it's another different thing to remain consistent throughout the years and how to do it, which is something I developed. So I hope this info is actually helpful, and I hope it's actually of value, because I just trying to share it, because as I was telling you, I'm not trying to brag about like my success or all that. It's more to inspire and to let you know that it is actually possible. You can be from anywhere. From You don't need to have any. You don't need to be taking sales calls and whatnot. So I just want to show you like that there is a big opportunity here on Fiverr that is very, very untapped. Not many people are talking about it, and it's a very good thing. So if you are actually interested in this in learning more about Fiverr, you can join my free Skool Community. I can show you like pretty much updates and everything, because of course like it goes way more in depth than I was sharing, because like the only thing I'm sharing you here is like that it's possible, that I made it and it's actually legit. You saw like my profile and everything. Of course, like I'm hiding quite a few things, not because I'm hiding from you, but because like I'm trying to be like I'm very compliant with all Fiverr policies and whatnot. Eventually, I might just share a little bit more and whatnot, but I'm trying to be. This is my first video, so I'm just trying to make sure everything is okay, and it's just like at least inspiring. So if you have any questions, if you want to know more about Fiverr, please feel free to comment here in the video below. I just want to know like your feedback and what you think about it, and if you're actually interested. And of course, like if you're actively interested in making money, or want to learn more about Fiverr, just feel free to join my Skool Community, and I'll be happy to to just reply to your messages and share more information about it. And of course, if you like this video as well, if you can like and subscribe, like it will help a lot, so more people are actually aware of this opportunity. And yeah, I mean, because like there's enough room for everyone, so don't be like, don't be greedy, like, oh no, no, I just want it for myself. Like, there's much more. And the more I get exposed here on YouTube and all that, like the more I'll be pretty much like be able to share more information and just like expose, because otherwise I would understand that people are interested in this. If people are not interested in making money like for Fiverr, then I won't do stuff. Okay, so let me know. And yeah, I think this is a good way to close the video, right?